You are being watched.
Hello, welcome back to WhatAreMovie. I am Tony.
And I am Claire.
I don't know why I looked at you when I said that. Am I Tony?
I think you are.
And we are back for some more Person of Interest. Maybe looking a little bit different with a new camera.
Yep.
Hopefully this solves our problem and we can switch between two and get some more recording done.
Yeah. But then if we get more recording done, that means Tony needs
More
to
editing.
edit more.
Yeah.
It's a knock-on effect.
Yeah. No, all the viewers have got to put in their work and edit. Anyway.
You each get a 10-second clip.
Yeah. Anyway, last time was Wolf and Cub.
Yep.
Where he was Ronin and he had a little assistant and he was going around.
And he tried to kill the kid in the car.
Well, he wasn't in the car. Anyway, they solved the comic book store gang violence thing, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Fusco and Carter nearly saw each other while helping.
Didn't we learn that Fusco was looking into...
Well, we already knew he was looking into Finch.
Yeah.
But we found out a little bit more information that he used the name Ren. And
yeah, and he wasn't...
But before 1978, was it? 76.
Yeah.
He
was...
Who knows what he was. We also found out a little bit more about the machine.
Yeah.
Or not. Because Alicia Corwin, was very cagey about answering questions. And as soon as she heard of old Uncle Harold, she was like, who? What? I gotta go.
Yeah.
So, anyway, what do you expect from this
I'd
one?
like to know more about Harold.
Yeah? What, more about his past? Do you think we'll get more straight
Probably
away?
not.
No.
I know, I've learnt from this series that...
Well, will we get more about the machine then?
Hopefully a bit more
that?
about the machine, because we haven't really had much machine recently.
Or
apart
maybe
from
we'll
her.
get more John backstory.
Yeah.
You never know, because
Yeah,
it started off with like a teeny bit of backstory.
Yeah.
We've had some, but...
I just
Anyway.
learned from this that they'll give you something and they won't give you the rest.
Take it away!
They won't give you the rest straight away.
Yeah, we've got like
gotta...
15 episodes. Anyway, let's get on with it. This is Season 1, Episode 15, and this is called Blue Code. This aired on the 16th of July? No, 16th of February, 2012. Directed by David Van Anderson, I think? It might be slightly. I don't know. Written by Denise Thé, which we've seen her name before. I think we've seen the director's name before. But anyway, let's get straight into it. Full reaction is in the link is in the description. You need your own copy. Just make sure to come back where we'll talk all about it.
Hey.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Birds.
We have a new number, Mr. Reese. His name is Michael Cahill. No attachments of any kind. A bit like you, Mr. Reese.
Oh, I thought you was going to say it's Michael Caine.
Cahill appears to be an upstanding citizen.
Appearances can be deceptive.
We're paying you good money, so keep your mouth shut, okay?
Cahill's a criminal with a deadly weapon.
What?
Now he's graduated to smuggling. Crew's run by a guy named Vargas. Someone gets in their way, they'll kill
Diamonds.
everyone. How do you
The
suggest?
more dangerous they are,
What are you waiting for? Go.
the closer I want to be.
Of course. I'm already in.
He's like a little worm, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Like-
worming his way into all these. That's so cool.
We got a problem.
Let me talk to the cop.
I got this. Stay put.
Don't like the sound of that. I was hoping it'd be Fusco or something.
Cahill will talk us out of this. If he can't, we'll just kill him. Just this
Oh.
guy.
Why do two of these?
He doesn't have backup. I'm all paid up with HR.
He talks him out of it.
Yeah.
Tail lights out.
Ah.
Letting us know as a courtesy.
A bit on edge, aren't they?
Yeah. Wouldn't you if you'd smuggle diamonds in?
Yeah. What were you going to say? You just said half a
Oh,
sentence.
I'm getting. They look very familiar. That I'm like, wait, who's the guy that? And then all of a sudden I see him, and I'm like, oh no, I know which one it is.
God damn.
I think it was just so much going on. That...
I like this little huddle of gangsters.
I was gonna have to waste them.
Oh my god.
Hold up, brother.
Brother, is
Jeez.
that
They look
friend's
they look
brother?
very similar.
Or
so
is it
I
brother,
imagine
brother?
they're
Yeah.
brothers.
When one match just won't cut it.
I think one match would have been alright, to be quite honest with you. Oh, we forgot to take the guy out of the stretcher!
I was a bit like, where is the guy that needed a heart transplant?
Yeah. This is interesting. We already know he's a criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Finch, Cahill's casing a home.
is it?
It's not always that simple, though.
No.
He's breaking in, Finch.
Homeowner's last name is Tully. He's a police officer. John, you've got to stop Cahill.
Does he have his informant?
Daddy, you're home.
Wait, is he undercover?
Hmm.
Mr. Reese, it appears that you're not the only person working undercover.
Oh my god. Yeah, but then if that is his brother, does that mean his brother's in a gang and he's like gonna out his brother?
So now, ooh, we're going back.
We might be updating our orders.
You think this is being run through Langley? We're not even supposed to operate in this godforsaken country.
Missing a glass.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Found it.
Oh.
Package. What'd he do?
Tried to sell something of ours to the Chinese. Software, something. I don't know, don't care. When was the last time you were in country, my friend? Go get yourself some R&R. Don't forget you're behind enemy lines. You get caught here, you're on your own.
Doesn't sound good.
Go and get some R&R, but
Yeah.
also, wait, is he in America?
Very much looks like New York to me.
Yeah.
Cahill's real name is Daniel Tully.
Risking his life is what he signed up for. If we play this wrong, he could do more harm than good.
I like how I was like, oh, well, we definitely know he's bad. And then
Yeah.
instantly the show was like, wait a second. Let me correct you there.
We've got company, Finch.
Why don't you just wear it? You're gonna go announcing yourself.
The man's Cahill's handler.
We got enough on Vargas. I could pull you out now.
We could have gotten Vargas 5 months ago. He's just a smuggler. LOS, that's the guy we want. It's 100% pure. The direct source.
This seems too easy.
I think Vargas has a cop in his pocket.
Vargas was talking about being paid up with HR. The same corrupt cops who are willing to let Elias kill Carter.
That doesn't sound good. More dirty cops.
They really should start screening their cops a bit better, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Agent Snow.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's back.
I'm sure now that our boy's working with a police officer. I remember his old partner's funeral like it was yesterday. Good pretty woman. After he was done with her, not so much.
Do you know, I'm getting
John do
a
that?
real vibe of
A word, detective?
I love how he's just
So
there.
you know that guy that they had in the bath?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it was Harold's partner,
Or my
because it was software they were going to sell to the
Okay.
Chinese.
We need your help, detective. This man
Okay.
is Michael Cahill. Smuggling ring, one that Mr. Reese has just infiltrated.
Of course he has.
But we believe that there's a leak at the
Of course.
NYPD. Who would know about Cahill's being undercover?
Only his handler. Only his hard copies. So people like you can't hack into.
Words wound, detective.
Only the handlers have the combinations to their UC safe.
So we would need to destroy Cahill's file before anyone could retrieve it.
Yeah, breaking into one VP is a federal offense.
I've got it covered.
And she's like, no, you don't. What are you doing?
Fusco?
Let me guess, you need another favor. Hell, I've been getting some good collars lately, too. Even got a commendation.
Whoa.
Your ass got you that commendation. Get your hands dirty again.
Because you got shot in it.
Yeah.
Which one? We'll find out then.
Vargas got a phone call and he's not happy.
That's
about
why.
it.
So I'm guessing they're not brothers. He just said it metaphorically.
You know, I've been thinking.
Is that like cocaine?
You know, in our business, thinking is the most dangerous thing you can start doing.
Don't know where this is going.
Or maybe I take the shipment directly to LOS. Cut you out.
No.
How about I give you a little something extra, okay? Just for you. Yeah?
Is John actually shooting? Well, that went well. That just escalated.
Love the sofa. It seems like a very American thing to have a sofa in a warehouse.
This is the gangster hideout, Claire.
Don't put someone bleeding on a cream sofa.
Take your phones out and destroy them.
He needs something other than a phone, I think, because he always gets destroyed.
Brooklyn. Should have the exact location in a second.
This seems a bit fishy.
Wow, they seem to have got some sort of phone call.
One of you's a cop. In an hour or two, I'm gonna find out which one.
Oh my.
But I feel like Reese is going to admit to being the cop.
I mean, he could.
Yeah.
All things are possible. Where are you from?
Puyallup, Washington.
Are you kidding me? My wife's from Puyallup. You still live there?
Not for a long time.
I was about to write it and I was like, I guess that's a lie.
What did I tell you, John?
Tell me to get a drink.
And of the 8 million people you could be drinking with in New York City, you just happen to pick the one who's married to your ex?
Wow.
That was coincidence.
Yeah, just coincidence.
Complete.
Take me to the hospital, Mike, please.
If we stop the bleeding, it might get him to shut up.
Yeah, true point,
Good
true
point.
point.
That was very sneaky, taking these phones.
Lit up suit chin. Narco thing gone south. Best kung pao in Queens.
Sorry for your loss. Where's your partner? Let me guess. Queens?
I'm having a little trouble finding him.
You lost him?
Lost would be a strong word, but yes.
A license plate.
Hearing him say lost is a bit strange.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't quite get it last time.
No.
We're looking for a warehouse on the docks in Brooklyn.
Well.
Hey, look what the guy drug in. You look terrible. Smuggler named Manil Vargas. You ever heard of him?
I don't hear a peep from you for 3 months. All of a sudden you show up with this new score.
Who do I contact if I want to contact HR?
You already have.
He seems like a lovely fella.
He does.
This may be our only opportunity.
Opportunity for what?
Still the farm.
Mission detective.
Easy with the volume there. No wonder Mr. Sunshine's always in a foul mood.
It takes a little time. Approximately 8.5 minutes to spoof the key card, break into the safe, and retrieve Tully's file before Vargas's
Not too much to do.
Yeah, sure. Sounds simple.
point the reader
Easy.
at the key card.
Anything else I should know?
Yeah, don't get caught.
Thanks a lot. I'll try my best.
Fusco, what are you doing here?
What are you doing?
I was just leaving.
Running a for the cap.
Later.
Yeah, you have a good day.
That's amazing. Then, but
Wait, is he gonna be?
well, she's obviously running the license
I
plate
was
for him, and then
imagining.
he's...
I was imagining she had an earpiece to Harold as well. Then I'd be like,
Well, there you go.
Thank you, detective.
Card is being real weird.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought he was going to say...
I'm so sorry.
Nice.
nice.
That's
was
really smooth.
subtle.
That was cool.
Do you see the prints?
358.
Start punching numbers.
Yeah, but it could have double numbers.
Trying to make a combination.
Yeah, it could be.
A little help, please.
Was one of the prints smudged?
Your five's a little blurry. Why?
It's used twice. Try 3558. Five. Good job, detective. Tully's safe for now. And you have 23 seconds left.
Oh.
Detective Fusco, right? You're under arrest.
Well, that didn't go too well.
No, it didn't. I think it could have gone a little bit better. Maybe you should have left with the file and shredded it elsewhere.
Yeah, but then
and
they
not
would have caught
wasted
him
the 20
with it.
seconds.
They would have caught him with it, and then...
Those are UC whose life was in danger.
And you know this how?
I've got a guy who tells me things.
Yeah, I got a problem. I couldn't get the file. Some idiot destroyed it. But whoever the rat is, I got word he just made a phone call to the location.
You're the informant.
Oh, poor Fusco.
Where's his phone?
He took it.
The hell I did. Get off me!
That was great.
Shouldn't be too hard to find out. Looks like we found our rat.
Wow.
I don't get what just happened.
What do you mean? He shook him down, took the phone.
But how did he have a phone and how did he call him last?
What? So when he grabbed the Tully, he took the phone from him.
Oh.
Give me time alone. I'll get him to talk.
Could have been a bit more gentle.
Who the hell are you?
You know, the only thing you want in the world is to go home.
You don't know me.
I know you had a younger brother, Connor, who OD'd. That's why you're so committed to catching LOS.
Who are you?
What are you, fat or something?
Something.
The exchange is at the scrapyard.
He's coming.
Okay, there's no more time.
Let me do it. I want to see the look on his face as I end this rat.
Well.
What's the play here, John? We're gonna kill this guy? Dissolve his body in a bathtub full of acid? His name is Peter. Is he a good guy or a serial killer? I don't know. He'll take better care of her than you could.
Damn. That's
This
cold.
Is why I'm worried about bringing. We're barely even the same species.
We're walking in the dark.
I really want you to meet my wife. She's gonna get a kick out of meeting someone from Puyallup.
I think that's your cue.
We're not walking in the dark. We are the dark.
That's kind of scary.
You're expecting their red lightsabers to pop up.
It's time to go, John.
I think that was probably for the best.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, poor John.
He either didn't shoot him, well, he looked like he shot him, or shot him in a not harmful place.
The chest. That's where it looked like you shot him.
Oh, look, he gave him a torch.
Oh god. Worries odds.
What the?
Jeez.
How?
So the main character of the show is now called Tully.
Yeah.
Michael Cahill. Oh my god. God damn.
He's got a torch though.
Yeah.
I know what he's going to do with the torch.
Break out. Get out. Oh lord. Jesus.
Have they gone though?
I imagine.
Need a lift?
My lucky day.
Wait, was he wearing a bulletproof vest, do you think?
Shot. Just grazed.
Oh.
Oh.
Cahill's an excellent marksman.
He knew where to and how to shoot him.
Yeah.
I love this team up.
Oh, I'm fine, Finch.
You got any firearms besides that piece?
Girl after my own heart.
Vargas's informant has Detective Fusco. I'm not sure we have time to save them both.
Wow.
It's a bit awkward, isn't it?
You got Fusco in this, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Fusco's going to be there.
I don't know.
Oh, that looked like the car then.
This is LOS.
You made a mess out of this?
Next time, don't keep me waiting.
Oh.
God, what's that?
Back! Stay back, or I spill you boss's brains on the asphalt.
You know who you're threatening?
I think he knows exactly.
Let him go.
Hey, the backup's here! What's that guy trying to do with a shotgun at long range? Idiot.
If I learned anything from GTA.
I wouldn't do that.
You gonna arrest me? I'll be out in 14 hours.
There won't be any charges. He's CIA.
What?
The government couldn't win the war on drugs, so they're using it to fund the war on terror. Doubtful.
I risked my life for this.
damn.
I'm taking a minute.
Always like to push my luck too.
Wow. That damn CIA.
Damn it.
I can tell a dirty cop when I see one.
You should try looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your hands are still dirty. Always will be. You hear that?
I don't hear nothing.
No one's coming to save you. No one cares. That guy, the one who used you, and let you rot like a piece of garbage.
You did get the first person to put a gun to my head?
No. But I will be the last.
You've been shot. Craziest things go through your mind. Glad I put on clean underwear. Maybe I stashed your porn. Sorry that you sent it to find out that his old man was a dirty cop. Then you realize you're gonna die.
Did you think that's when he got shot in the butt?
You try to go down and do
It was too quick.
What's that execution stuff? Wait, that's on my head?
Kind of close, don't you think?
Not late. That phone is the only proof that this guy was working with Vargas.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
What the hell are you doing?
I can't have you coming clean, Lionel. I need you inside HR. Get close to them.
We're talking murder one, don't you get it?
That's the point. You'll need your friends at HR to help you cover this up.
Oh, this is getting
I'm just
dirty.
starting to enjoy being a good guy for a change. My hands are dirty, always will be, huh?
I feel like he's got a good mixture of
Oh,
dirty
that's
cop and info dirty cops find out, compared to Carter, who's like clean,
yeah, that's
straight
the point.
edge.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a different
yeah.
angle.
I love you.
Why do I feel like he's gonna suddenly get shot?
I'd like to know that
Always
Agent Snow has
bad.
arranged the release of LOS. He'll be out.
It's been a long time, Mark. First thing to take care of are those two cops who brought me in. Some undercover and a female detective. I gave them both fair warning. They gotta go.
Can't go around killing cops. You really shouldn't have got yourself arrested. I warned you. You're behind enemy lines here. Come on.
It's like the same. He's gonna get shot. It's that thing that your face is known now, isn't it? Like,
God damn. Seems ruthless, that old organisation, doesn't it?
did he bury him?
Well, what else is he gonna do?
Looks like you got yourself in a little trouble.
Help me make this go away. I'll be indebted.
Belong to HR now.
Damn.
I like that. Sort of music. That was good music then.
So that was episode 15, Blue Code. What did you think of that one?
It was good.
Yeah?
The title name of Blue Code, and I was thinking of someone code bluing.
Okay.
You know, that's when someone dies, isn't it?
Okay.
And then with it starting with the ambulance, it's like, oh, this person's going to code. It's going to be someone to do with this heart transplant, code bluing. But then
It's more to do with police.
yeah, but the
Yeah.
blue code is the code of the police.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like from the start and like the thing, I was just like, oh, okay. And I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. It's an enjoyable episode. It's very weird that I said before the episode, I was like, oh, I wonder if we'll learn more about John.
Yeah.
And then it happened.
Yeah.
I had no idea. It's been so long since I watched this. Like, obviously I remember, like, all the bits of it, but I don't remember where they turned up, so it was just a coincidence. Yeah.
I must say, I am now fearing so we're on holiday from work at the moment, so I'm fearing going back to work and talking to the HR manager, because I always thought HR meant human resources and
Maybe
doing
it
like,
does.
and I'm like,
Maybe it does.
Maybe
it's
this
just
whole
a little
time.
code. Yeah, who knows? So, yeah, we learnt quite a lot. I like this episode. We had quite a bit in it. But the main focus was... Do you remember his name? No. Michael Cahill.
yes.
Yeah. He was working for Vargas.
Yep. I wanted to say Tully, but that's his.
No,
Yeah, that's
his
what I was
acting
like.
name. But he's working for Vargas. They were... Well, we saw an ambulance.
Yeah.
There was a guy being helicoptered in.
Yeah.
Needed a heart transplant. There was a cover... Well, not cover-up, but they were using it to smuggle diamonds.
And then we saw Reese driving the ambulance. And
Yeah, it was all like... Finch was kind of like, how are you going to get... You're going to have to get close somehow. And then Reese is like, already have.
Yeah.
Sort it out. I'm in. Because of course he is. So, yeah...
That's the first mention we hear of HR.
HR, yes. So he's... I don't know, have we heard HR before? I don't know if we've heard him mentioned before. I feel like we may have.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I feel like we
might not
about
have. This
HR.
might be the first time we have, actually. Because he said, I'm almost paid up with HR or something.
Yeah, I'm all paid up with HR.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah,
And
so...
you're right.
Yeah, we had the standoff with the ambulance, and it turned out it was just a tail light.
Yeah, well, was it?
Yeah, who knows?
Or was that just what he said it was?
Could have been another dirty cop. Yeah, you never know. I was half expecting Fusco or something to turn up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so the guy who got the ambulance seemed a bit irresponsible, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Because like even later he was like pretending to aim the gun at...
oh, yeah, because after they chopped off the diamonds that were in the stretcher, the guys walked away and then he got the gun out and was like, oh, I thought I was going to have to use that. And it's like...
Yeah, and then he started beating the crap out of him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to...
Calm yourself down.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had the handoff of... It was very intense. I really like how they were all huddled around the back of this ambulance. It looked very weird. Yeah, they... That was when they burnt the ambulance. Got rid of that with a whole lot of matches.
Yeah, we're a bit worried on where the heart transplant victim was.
Yeah, I guess he was gone. Did
they chuck him out earlier?
They must have handed him off, like taken him off, and then then I made the comment of, "Oh, we know this guy's the bad guy."
Yeah.
And then instantly the episode was like, actually,
yes,
he's
So Reese followed him
and thought
he was breaking into a house.
Breaking into a house, yeah.
And then
turns out he was just going home.
I just want to call him Harold all the time now.
Yeah,
Harold was trying to get information and said, "Oh, there's a cop that lives there." And he's like, "Oh god, he's broken into a cop's house. Need more information.
Yeah.
And then you just see him like giving the kid a kiss, and the
wife. The kid was like, "Dad."
Yeah, and he's like, "Wait a second," and that's when we learn he's an undercover cop.
Good boy should be a pet. Yeah, undercover cop. His name's actual Daniel Tully, right?
Yeah.
Michael Cahill's he's undercover. But yeah, so his informant came along.
Was it the next morning?
I think
wasn't it?
Yeah. So we
he
got
went to leave the house.
We got a flashback to 2008.
Did we?
Yeah. So this is where we start learning a bit more about Reese, I guess.
And he'd kidnapped someone.
Yeah. So first of all, there was like German on the radio, was it? They said, and he was like, maybe they'll give us orders or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, she turned it off and was like, no. And they made it very much seem like it was a foreign country, foreign from where where this is set.
Yeah.
Because of that, and because of the way they were talking, and they were saying you're behind enemy lines and all that. Yeah. And they had I like the little thing about cleaning the guns, like because he was CIA. He's CIA.
Yeah. The difference in the training.
She was in the Marines. Yeah. But they seem a lot more, I don't know if you noticed it, they seem a lot more friendly and closer, because the first time they met is the only other time we've seen them interact, and she was very blunt and still is, I guess, but they're more friendly, on friendlier terms, I guess. Maybe they've been working, this is 2008, when did we, let's see if I wrote a date down, I don't know when we would have seen them though. 2006, so this is 2 years after their initial meeting.
Yeah, so they've been working together for like 2 years.
2 years. So she did mention Langley.
Yeah.
That is, but there you go. But then our good friend Agent Snow comes in.
So they won't be getting any orders tonight. Go get some R&R.
Yeah. It's like there's only 2 glasses.
Yeah, and then they go get another glass. There's a guy. So
what has he done?
Tried to sell software to the Chinese. Did you get my sort of thoughts?
Thinking it could be Oh, how can I not remember his name?
Harold's partner.
Yeah, Nathan Ingram. Yeah, so Nathan Ingram.
Yeah. It's just
you think it's him?
I feel like there's a potential of things tying together, and it's just software to the Chinese. And at the end of the day, the machine is a software, isn't it? It's a machine, but
technically the actual program he made is a software, but then the actual, I don't know. Yeah, we don't know. We've seen drives before.
It could be called a
That's
software
actual
sort
hardware.
of thing.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that we still don't know what happened to Nathan Ingram, and he's just something happened to him.
Well,
and he's dead.
do from news reports, right? Because in the last episode, Fusco said his partner was killed, right?
But that's what.
Yeah.
So we know he's been killed. Something happened.
Yeah.
That could you imagine if he tried to double cross?
Did
Harold?
they not say how he was killed though? I'm pretty sure
so.
they did. But I'm not going to say.
Don't think so. But you know, like, just my thought process of did he try and double cross Harold with the machine? And then it's going to turn out in the end that Harold's going to turn out it was Reese that killed his partner. Yeah, plot twist.
Okay. Well, turns out they're in New York, so...
Yep.
Which is
so
interesting.
Enemy Lines was not Enemy Lines.
Yeah. Well, I guess...
Depends
is it
what side you're
more...
on.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But there we go. What did you think of that reveal of it being New York? It's kind of interesting.
It was kind of like, wait a second.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's when we saw his handler, Cahill's handler, or Tully's handler. But they were talking about LOS. He was like, I need to get this guy. We're so close.
Yeah.
We could have like taken down
Yeah,
Vargas
he was like, why have you
months
gone
ago.
home the day before the big deal with... Like, you're putting everyone in danger.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I'm not... And
need
he's
to
like, we
feel
can pull you out
normal.
now. He's like, yeah, we could have taken him down like 5 months ago, but I'm going for LOS. We need to get him. So, yeah. There we go. Yeah. Next, we saw Agent Snow again. He is back in New York.
He is.
He thinks there's a leak. He thinks there's someone inside that's...
Yes, is this when he's talking to Carter?
Yeah, so he's talking to Carter. He thinks there's someone that sent him on a goose chase. Because he was like, he doesn't think Reese ever left.
No.
So, yeah.
And the fingerprints and the cat thing or something.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, because
Yeah.
he got sent to chase his fingerprints, and he don't think he ever actually left.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Meanwhile, as Snow leaves off, Finch arrives just from the shadows and starts talking to Carter. And I really like this whole... they start talking about where who knows that he's undercover.
Yeah,
and it's only
who
his
would know
handler,
someone's undercover,
and it's kept in... They said like IAB or something.
Yeah.
And it's kept, and only one person can access... Oh, only the handler can access the actual file.
Yeah.
But then there's one person that can get in and out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the kind of montage
And
of
if
them
you're
talking
caught-
about it and showing you what was going on.
Yeah.
I
If
like
you're
that.
caught, it's a one-way ticket to Rikers.
Rikers, yeah. So, it is like, you're going to help me break into it, basically.
Yeah.
And she's like, God damn it.
Isn't it weird, though, as well, when you think about it, that obviously that conversation happened with Carter and him going, you're going to help me break into it. But then it wasn't actually her that broke into it, it was Fusco.
Yeah.
They like switched the people up.
They're a team, though.
Yeah.
Technically, she's helping. So, but, yeah. Reese had a little phone call with Fusco asking him to do something.
Yeah.
I wrote this down because he was asking him to like do some dirty stuff basically, and he's like, I'm enjoying being good. I even got commendation, and he's like, your ass got you that commendation.
Sure.
Yeah, so I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we then had a meeting in a dark alleyway, which was then in a restaurant, basically. I like Reese's sneaky taking a picture of the
non-playing. Rice. We were there for Rice.
Well, Vargas, he got a phone call.
Yeah.
He's like, really?
yeah.
Which one? What?
Yeah.
Find out.
Find out. Which we're guessing is that...
Reese was like, something's going
on.
Something's up. Yeah. And then there was a standoff in the restaurant.
With the Rice.
It's always business with you. I invite you to dinner.
Yeah.
But he was basically the guy they were talking to was like, I could just cut you out and do this myself.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need you. So.
And then all the guns go up, and it's like, oh, and then he shoots him in the head.
Well, he was like, I got something extra for you.
Yeah, a little extra.
Shot in the head.
Yeah.
And then there's a little
pew, pew,
standoff.
pew, pew, pew.
Did Reese shoot anyone in the knees? I think he did shoot the gun. I don't know if we
Maybe.
saw it actually hit anyone.
Then the blonde crazy kid.
He got shot in the
in.
knee. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they ran off
Yeah.
to a warehouse.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, why is there always sofas in warehouses?
Yeah. Such a weird comment.
I feel like I've seen it a lot in.
It's their little hideout, isn't
Yeah.
it? So, well, they're going to sit on the floor.
It definitely, the type of sofas, no offence if you've got those sofas, but they definitely look like the type of sofas that one of their grandmas were getting rid of and they put into a warehouse.
I don't know what you're trying to say because we're sitting on my nan's old sofa.
Yeah, I know. But, just like that cream leather looking sofa that was probably
guess.
at your grandma's.
Quick, get this guy who's bleeding on the cream sofa, which is what you said, yeah. But this is when Vargas was like, your phones.
Yep.
Destroy them. And then, I reckon now Finch is prepared for this because he didn't seem as panicked. He was like, well, this happened again. So, yeah, they destroyed the phones.
He said one of you's a dirty cop.
Yeah.
Undercover cop.
Yeah.
And I will find out
who it is. And then whoever's left alive will make the handoff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the guy's screaming like, oh, take me to the hospital.
Dying.
But we got another 2008 flashback.
Yep.
Reese is in a bar. Having a bit of a
R.
Randomly sits next to a random
Random
person,
guy.
totally at random.
Yep. Talks about, where are you from? Is that what, originally? And
Washington. I can't remember. It began with a P. Yeah.
Palapup?
Yeah.
Didn't look like a real word.
So I went to write it down, and then I was like, oh, that's where he's from. We're learning more. And then it's like, oh, no kidding, me too. Or my wife is too.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, he's just saying that.
Yeah.
I reckon. Could be real.
Maybe.
I mean, because if she's from there, maybe that's
Yeah.
where they met. I don't know. But, yeah.
He says his wife's on his way.
Yeah, he says, they're moving to New Rochelle or something.
Yeah, she's running late. She's always late. I'll give her a call.
Yeah.
And then Reese's partner turns up and is like...
Yeah, well, we had a bit of cutting back and forth. But, yeah, basically,
Yeah.
Reese's partner turned up. Do you remember her name? I can't even remember her name. I've written it down somewhere. It's probably where I wrote it there. But, yeah, what were they talking about?
She was like, very convenient with the location and the person that you've just happened to sit next to the guy that is now married to your ex.
Yeah. Out of the 8 million people in New
Yeah.
York. Yeah.
Then they have a bit of a deep conversation about
walking in the dark.
Walking in the
And
dark,
then
and
she
that
basically
they are
says,
the dark.
we are the dark. It's kind of, that's creepy.
Everything that they've been through and done, like, nobody's going to understand.
Because, like, you imagine, like, someone saying, like, an organisation saying that we're walking in the dark. That's kind of creepy as it is, because they're like, basically, they're like, we're in the shadows. Nobody knows we exist. But then to say you're the dark, it's like, do the shadows even know? The people walking in the dark even know you exist.
You are what the people are walking in.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we see from a distance Jessica.
Yes.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. Obviously, we had I think the very first episode we saw them on holiday somewhere, and then they saw the news of 9/11, and then they met at the airport. I think we even, when he was going to meet in 2006 for the first time, he met her at the airport.
Yeah.
She even asked, "Did you see anyone?" Yeah. But then she was like, "Yeah, did you say?"
Your partner was kind of saying about, you need to go.
Yeah, it's time to leave.
Yeah. And you were like, he was sat there and you were like, oh, is he going to leave? Is he going to leave?
And he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Back into the shadows, or back as a shadow, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting, we got more. I didn't know we would. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, there we go. Any more you want to learn about that?
Yeah.
Well, how much? What do you want to know?
Everything.
Everything. That's not very specific.
Yeah.
Just everything. Every
Yeah.
detail from when he was born. Anyway, we've cut back to the warehouse. The Tully, or Cahill, he is... What was he doing? He's like... I can't remember how he got the phone from him. He just was like kind of looking at him, and then he went to get the phone, and then the guy was like, "Oh, get me to a hospital, please, I need it." And then the other guy's like, "Shut up! If you don't shut up, I'll shut you up." And then Reese was like, "We need to tourniquet, is it?
Yeah.
To stop the bleeding. And
Yeah.
then that's when he stole the phone.
Yeah. And then he texted his handler where he was.
Yeah, he basically texted where he was.
But then the other guy obviously got info that...
Yeah.
No, to be fair, the other guy got info that someone had called.
Yeah.
But it was a text.
Well,
Yeah.
still, you know, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, obviously Finch was like had a license plate for Carter to check out.
Yeah.
So they could try and find him.
And Fusco was going into to get the paperwork.
Yeah. So meanwhile, as Fusco's going in, they pass each other like, "What are you doing down here?" I love this whole.
Such an awkward. Sort
I really
of thing.
love the whole.
Yeah.
We had it before where Fusco was like, "She's acting really shady," but yeah.
Because Fusco had an earpiece in to Finch.
Yeah.
And then I said, wouldn't it be funny if he had another earpiece
For
with
Carter.
Carter? But then Carter phoned him.
Yeah, and then Fusco got in pretty well. He bumped
did.
into the lady,
Bumped into the lady, scanned in. Perfect.
got in,
Got
and
the
then working out
documents.
the code was really cool. Like one of them's
358.
doubled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it, shredded it, and then got caught.
By a guy with a cool ass voice.
Yeah.
Oh, he has such a cool voice.
It's like,
What
you're
did you
being
think at that
arrested.
point? Did you think, oh, this is a good cop that's found him?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. And was it till they were in the car and then he was like,
He took that phone call, and I was like, wait a second.
yeah, some idiot got there before me and shredded it. He was
Can't get the documents.
like, wait, you're the info. You're the
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but basically, he had 8.5 minutes to break in there. It wasn't enough. He didn't do it in time. But yeah, and then Fusco's been knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we found out the name of the guy that was married to, or his ex is Peter. Don't know if that matters. There we go. But yeah. So then, in the warehouse, Reese. They're like, who took the phone? Where is it? Because he worked out. So he got the call from the guy to say, yeah, someone knows.
And then Reese stopped in the undercover guy.
It was him.
And then they took the phone off of him.
So you didn't
and then-
So yeah, you were a bit confused, I think.
Yeah.
So basically, Tully had the phone still, obviously, because he texted to say, this is where we are. So then Reese was like, oh, it's him. And then they had a little tussle. And while they were having the tussle, Reese stole the phone off of him. So then he would be the one to be blamed for it. It was really clever. Like, he was like, yeah, too clever for you, apparently. It was so quick. But yeah, he basically did that to get the phone.
So then they thought Reese was the undercover cop.
And then obviously
And then
Tully
he
was
gonna
like,
shoot him.
He was like, what? Who are you? What's going on?
Yeah, because then they needed information out of him, basically. So Tully said, oh,
He's like,
I'll
"I'll
get
do
it
it."
out of him. So when they'd all walked away, then was like, who are you? Are you CIA or something? Because he's like, something.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
But they had a cool discussion about it all. And,
about you don't know who I am.
Yeah, and
your
he's like, I know
wife and
exactly
your
who you are.
And you graduated in 2003.
Well, it turns out that he had a brother who died from
an
like
overdose,
and he blames LOS basically.
So then
the guy comes back over, Vargas, and he's like, right, not enough time, we've got to get rid of him. He's like, I want to do it.
Yeah. So he shoots him.
Probably misses, or
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
And then they chuck him in a car.
Did you think he was
The other
injured
guy?
again at that point?
No, I thought there's no reason. There was me like, has he got a bulletproof vest? Like, what's
it
going
could have
on?
been that. But yeah, they put him in a car.
They put him in a car.
He
put
gives it. He
petrol
sneaks
over
a
it.
torch into.
Yeah, he
his-
gives him a
or
torch.
a flashlight, I guess, into his pocket.
Yep. And then they
Set
set
the
light to the
car on
car.
fire.
And then you see the franticness of Reese inside trying to get out.
I
of
was
the
like, how
car.
you're like, are they still going to be there? And it's like, Carter's like, you need a lift.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Yeah.
But
Because obviously they've tracked the license plate, found out where they are, and then
yeah, when Tully was beating up Reese, he did let him know where the last drop was going to be, the scrapyard.
The scrapyard. Yeah.
So that's why when Carter then picked him up and they ended up
we
going
know
to
where
the
to go.
scrapyard.
Got any more guns?
Yeah. But obviously with the fact that Fusco had been taken by the informant as well, was it Finch that said like he's gonna have to make it, you can't save both?
Yeah, his life is definitely in danger, but we don't have time to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reese being Reese.
Yeah.
But I like the comment of any more guns, and then she showed it was, and he was like, "Woman after my own heart." Yeah.
But it's that standoff at the
scrapyard. Yeah. So it was very intense again.
Yeah.
They're like, "This is LOS. Who's this guy?" He didn't look like a gangster, I guess. No. He had a different look about him.
And then Tully was so shifty, like you could see how like couldn't keep still.
Yeah.
Then he pulled out the gun, and you're like, oh shit. Yeah. So then there's guns here, guns there, and you're like, oh my god. And then obviously the guy in charge of their gang. I don't know who he was.
What gang?
Like the Tully.
Vargas.
Oh, was that Vargas?
Yeah, that's Vargas.
Ooh.
It's all making sense now, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a gun to Tully's head. And you're like, oh.
But then the cavalry arrived.
Yeah.
Reese and Carter.
Yeah.
Shooting them up.
Yeah.
Took them all out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You're gonna take me in? You like? Do you know who?" He's basically like, "Do you know who I am?"
I'll be out within 14 hours.
Yeah. And then Reese punches him in the head, back of the head, and is like,
"So I'm taking him in," and he was like, "This charges won't stick," and he's like, "But I'm taking him in."
He's
like,
CIA.
This could ruin your...
Well, he's like, he's
CIA. This could ruin your career.
And the guy was like, "Wait, so CIA are smuggling drugs?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, they couldn't win the war on drugs, so they're using it to fund the war on terror or whatever." Yeah.
He's like, "I'm taking him in anyway."
So he does, yeah. There we go. Meanwhile, Fusco has been taken into the dark woods, gun to the back of his head.
Quite a moving moment of...
Yeah, it was actually quite sad. Like I like the acting and stuff from Fusco and stuff.
Have you ever been shocked?
Yeah, and he's talking about...
The first thought is, thank God I put clean underwear
Yeah, hid that porn stash.
Hid that porn.
And then you start thinking about, your kid's gonna know you're a dirty cop. And, yeah. It was quite... Yeah, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think that was it for Fusco?
I don't know. I was like, I don't think it will be. But then at the same time, I was like, it could be.
It could, yeah.
Like, you're like, Because he's like a main character, but not... He's a side main character.
I'd say, yeah,
so you could see them potentially coming out of it at the same time.
Yeah. But I'd say he's pretty much a main character at this point, yeah. But, he saved the day.
Yep.
Got there just in time. It was quite... The speech as well was because, like... I feel really bad for Fusco after this episode because, like, even though he was a dirty cop and he did dirty things, he is a good guy and he's been doing good things and he's actually like, oh, I'm good at this, I can do this.
But now Reese wants to keep him as a dirty cop and he needs to infiltrate HR.
So Reese destroyed the phone with the evidence and it was like, you need to get into HR, you need to
be the person
infiltrate. Yeah. So previously, I forgot we didn't mention this, Fusco had a meeting with another cop.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, how do I... there's this guy Vargas, I want to get in and get a cut from him. And the guy was like, I haven't heard from you for 3 months and this is what you come back with? And he's like... Fusco's like, how do I contact HR? Like, you already have. So
but now he's indebted.
At the end, Fusco's obviously buried the body.
Yeah. Reese said he needs HR to cover up this. Like, this is...
You'll use that to then infiltrate and then find out what's going on.
Yeah.
What do you think of the HR contact guy?
Yeah, a bit. He looks like a dirty cop.
He's very creepy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just got a creepy demeanour about him.
If I was arrested by him, I'd be like,
yeah. This is it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... but we saw the happy ending with Tully. They're about to have a baby.
About to have a baby. And Reese said he'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I do, like I said, I feel, after this episode, I feel really sorry for Fusco, like I said. I don't know about you. Yeah. Poor Fusco. He's being used. I mean, even the guy that had him at gunpoint said, the guy who spoke to you, he's using you. But what do you think about that? He is technically being used, but are the intentions good? I don't know. Yeah.
So far they are.
Yeah, so... There we go. But yeah, that was Blue Code, episode 15. We'll be back for episode 16 in a week's time, or in the next cycle. You know what I'm like. But thank you very much for watching. Really enjoying this. We like some more. It's good. A few more episodes to go, 7 or 8.
Hopefully more machine.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see. Otherwise, Breaking Bad is next, season 3. There we go. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.